What up? Welcome back to the channel. This is Wealth Frequency. You're listening to Justin Jack Bear. Talking about the world computer, internet computer. Why? Because innovation always wins. Well, when it comes to blockchain anyway. Coming to you from the rainy Northwest Pacific. Just heading out to get some coffee. I don't make coffee at home because I like to get out of the house, exercise first thing in the morning, get some fresh air, and then start my day. So the world's going crazy for Bitcoin. The largest producer of Bitcoin, country-wise, will have the buying power for commodity. And I won't get into geopolitics or any focus on the oil industry, what's going on in the world, but two state-owned oil companies, one in South America, and one in the Middle East, has accepted Bitcoin as payment for oil. This was a few months ago now. So that just goes to show you the power of the world's digital reserve currency and how the petrodollar will and does no longer exist. The petrodollar is being replaced by Bitcoin because there's no other way to do it except for take over oil producing countries. So if you think of Bitcoin that valuable, and the cost of computation, the cost of energy to run that computation, and Bitcoin floating around on the open market, moved around and passed around by different custodians, different bridges, different wrappers, your Bitcoin is not safe. Take the MetaMask phishing scam, for example. It's just simple and easier and safer to move your Bitcoin onto the world computer, CKBTC, chain key, one-to-one native direct read and write signature on the Bitcoin network, chain key Bitcoin. In fact, if you were smart, you would move all your crypto onto the chain key, internet computer, world computer, because it's tamper-proof. It's native, it doesn't use any bridges, wrappers, or anything extra to make transactions. It's 10,000 cheaper than Bitcoin fees to move. It's 99% more energy efficient. And it's tamper-proof. Cannot be hacked. So, if you have Bitcoin, I suggest you move it over. You can go to nns.ic0.app, APP. You can create an internet identity, or you can go to id.ai. That was a big play. id.ai. Go there and create an identity. You're going to use it to log into all future apps. Chain key. No single password, multi-character single passwords anymore. AI logic. AI agents will hack that. There's a $10 trillion a year cybercrime industry that's going to double by 2030 unless people understand and learn and know how the internet computer, world computer works. So move your digital assets over to the world computer, leave it there and forget about it, and don't worry about it ever being hacked. It's pretty simple. And the other thing is, we got people coming doing talks at the World Computer Day in Davos And, Ethereum is no stranger to these types of events. And the natural progression for Ethereum before it dies off, before it gets too complicated, because already the entry barrier for developers to develop on Ethereum is you have to be incredibly talented and skilled developer to build on there. Plus your gas fees are going to be outrageous as the ecosystem and the price grows. So the natural progression of developers for Web3, Web4 is to go to an easier zero barrier to entry platform like Caffeine.ai. That's the future. That's the investment. That's the play. ICP over the next 12 to 36 months will have explosive growth because it is the easiest way to build. It's a reverse gas model, so it doesn't cost you what the price of Ethereum costs to develop, because it's based on a global set of currencies, a bag of currencies to keep it stable, and a special formula for cycle for turning ICP tokens into cycles. ICP is fuel for Web3, Web4. ICP is fuel for the internet computer. ICP is fuel for your persistent, never down, never hacked website, app, software, games, full stack. So this is going to replace most of the vibe coding platforms that are out there. And Ethereum will eventually start using ICP as a computation layer because it's old and outdated and it wasn't developed like the Definity Foundation has developed ICP for the future of digital asset tokenization and real world asset tokenization, or to run websites, apps, software, everything on chain. So the greatest investment of a lifetime, and yours and mine, is ICP, because when people start to realize that ICP is computation fuel, and general AI and AI agents are going to eat up all the tokens on exchanges, all the ICP tokens that get minted every day, and puts the pressure on supply for the demand increase, just like the demand for energy and computation is with a new data center being built every 2 days around the world. The old 2021 ICP story will be old very quick, and no one's even going to remember. So if you're an investor and that's what you want to do, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. With $1 a day, or as much as you can afford every single day for the next 5 years, you will be incredibly wealthy with the greatest percentage, the greatest potential upside in all of crypto. The market is sleeping on this. Blockchain is just coming into real world media conversations. And when people start to understand what a blockchain is and what it's built for the future of real world assets and digital finance and Bitcoin, the next natural progression is to find out about the world computer, internet computer. So we're getting there. This is the tipping point this year, next 12 months. Caffeine.ai just came out in October. It's still in beta in my view, in my opinion, with all the updates and features that roll out. It's the zero friction, zero barrier to entry to launching your own website on the blockchain. Simple as creating a prompt, a one paragraph prompt saying build me a website, and then you push it live. It doesn't get any easier than that, folks. So doesn't matter what the market thinks of ICP now. The fact is, if you know about it and you heard about it and you understand that this is the future of blockchain, full stack, top to bottom, not just a layer one financial settlement, financial transaction settlement layer, but it's that plus. I mean, guys, the world's gonna find out. I just saw a video on some guy in New York who, I don't know, it was just an interview going around because of Bitcoin. And the interviewer said, so you had tell me about your story. And the guy says, well, I had lunch with Warren Buffett in 2020. And the guy said, well, how do you get a lunch with Warren Buffett in 2020? He said $4.5 million. He said, oh, so you invested $4.5 million into Berkshire Hathaway. Yes, that's how I got the meeting. He says, so what had happened? What was said in the meeting? He says, well, basically, I convinced Warren Buffett to buy Tesla and Bitcoin. And he said, well, why would Warren Buffett buy? He wasn't into tech stocks. He would never play with tech stocks. He was only into the S&P consumer market. And the guy said, well, because he says we give millions of dollars to new companies all the time because they're innovative and they're brand new, never before in the world ever been created technologies or products. He says that's no different than Tesla and Bitcoin. So this guy claims, and I don't know his name, I didn't see the full video, but he influenced Warren Buffett to invest in Tesla and perhaps even Bitcoin. But that generation of investors is gone now, with his retirement. But it just goes to show you that people are going to line up with millions of dollars, countries, governments, corporations who foot the bill for the high cost of energy, the high cost of computation, are going to line up with billions of dollars, and they're going to save billions of dollars every single month, every single year, trillions over years on energy consumption costs for cloud data storage, on energy costs to run those machines, those centralized data centers, because decentralized encrypted independent nodes worldwide, millions of them, are 99% more energy efficient than centralized data centers. So this is the future. It's rolling out in real time right now. This is your second to last warning that the ICP development that Definitive Foundation has laid out and that the community is building on is the future. And first, the market finds out about it, and then the market's in denial. And I think that's going to be over the next 12 to 36 months. That the next 12 to 36 months, the market will learn about blockchain. The market will learn about ICP, internet computer, fully on chain, full stack, Web3, Web4, top to bottom, back to front. The next 12 to 36 months, mainstream media narrative is going to be blockchain. And that's when the world is going to understand and learn what blockchain is. And then naturally, they're going to get converted to the internet computer protocol, the world computer, within the next 3 to 5 years. So this is a 3 to 5 year play. And the next 3 to 5 years is going to mint more millionaires who are understand this right now, who are investing right now, who are developing right now, who are teaching Web3, Web4 right now. But this is the investment opportunity of a lifetime. This is Amazon 100x over the next 50 years. And Definitive Foundation has a 20-year roadmap for its infrastructure. This is real physical infrastructure that's being deployed. And they have the next 12 months roadmap for caffeine.ai and the education behind the zero entry to barrier to deploy a website, a smart contract, software, apps, games, enterprise solutions like jackbear.ai plus directly on a blockchain with one prompt, one click. That's it. I mean, Dominic Williams is this is the Apple of our times. This is the Amazon of our time. And it's not going to take over the market. It's not going to replace centralized big legacy tech cloud. It's going to be an alternative. It's going to be for the conscious, globally conscious humans who understand the relevance of 99% more energy efficient, but also the cybersecurity sector will also be no longer relevant, and millions and billions of dollars gets dumped into that. So it's a tricky situation for those tech companies, but if they understand the ICP and the World Computer, they will move their funds and integrate their own systems and their own enterprises into back-end integrated systems for verification proof and secure encrypted chain key cryptographic canisters. So that's the reality of it. If you want to get ahead of the game, if you want to be the first to market, contact me. We'll set up some meetings. We can build your keys, your cloud, your data, enterprise solutions, small, medium business enterprise, even personal small business. It's super easy. It can be very technical, very scary technology in itself anyway, but you have lots of people who are willing to help. Teams, communities are naturally being organized around the world. They're putting themselves together and they're utilizing the tools and applications that are available, and they're changing the landscape. They're changing the way that business gets done, just like Bitcoin is changing the entire global capital market. So again, when you listen to this guy who says he had a lunch with Warren Buffett in 2020 and convinced him to buy Tesla and Bitcoin because he had $4.5 million to invest into Berkshire Hathaway, and if that was the catalyst for Berkshire Hathaway or for Warren Buffett to invest in technology, then basically what I'm telling you is that you don't need $4.5 million to invest in the next infrastructure of the world computer, world internet, the next internet technology, internet 2.0. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. This year I'll be hitting 10,000 hours of research and development on the world computer, on the internet computer protocol. I want to thank everybody at Definity Foundation for all their dedication and hard work. Everybody that's there now, everybody that was there for the last 4 or 5 years. Super stoked for this year. Building, creating content, sharing the message. It's just information. Do what you want with it. You can take it or leave it. But like I said, when the market wakes up, they're going to understand this year what a blockchain is and why it's important. And in the next 2 to 3 years, the blockchain narrative will shift to the internet computer, world computer. That's the natural flow of where things are going, natural progression. And then from 3 to 5 years, ICP, internet computer, will be at the forefront of all countries and governments and developers and business and economics. And so the investment time for ICP was yesterday, because the future is here today, and this is the greatest opportunity of your lifetime. And so, like I said, the market will be in denial in 3 to 5 years. The next 1 to 2 to 3 years will be the narrative change, the understanding of what a blockchain is. And then 3 to 5 years will be the general public and media denial of the internet computer protocol, the world computer, ICP. So you're still early, you're not late, you're not going to miss it. And putting out some fresh new VIP content on my subscription channel. Thanks for all the subs, likes, shares, comments. Helps my channel to grow. Until the next video, stay groovy.